Barack Obama's voice cut through the silence like a blade. "Tonight, the American people deserve the truth," he declared, his tone calm but electrified. The audience hushed instantly. Cameras zoomed in, journalists leaned forward, and millions of viewers across the nation felt the gravity of his words. Obama paused only long enough to let anticipation build, then he dropped the line that sent Washington spiraling. "There is a recording of Donald Trump saying things he never wanted you to hear." The room erupted. Gasps, murmurs, frantic typing from reporters trying to blast the news across every platform. Obama continued, his words deliberate, sharp, and loaded with weight. "This isn't gossip. This isn't speculation. It's a voice, his voice, captured in a moment he thought was hidden forever." Social media lit up in seconds. Clips of Obama's statement flooded Twitter and Instagram. News outlets interrupted programming with breaking alerts. Even before the recording itself was revealed, the mere suggestion was explosive. Obama leaned closer to the microphone. "What you're about to learn is not just about politics. It's about honesty, accountability, and the dangerous decisions that one man tried to keep in the dark." The audience was riveted. Some clapped, others sat frozen, but all eyes stayed locked on him. The tension was no longer just in the hall, it was spilling across the country. Supporters of Trump were already rushing online to defend him, dismissing Obama's words as lies. But critics smelled blood, and the frenzy was unstoppable. Within minutes, hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag secret recording, hashtag Trump exposed, hashtag Obama strikes. Talk show hosts scrambled to call their producers. Politicians' phones buzzed as aides rushed to confirm what Obama had just said. For many watching, the revelation was not simply political theater, it was a declaration of war. Obama hadn't come to play defense, he had come to dismantle the shield Trump had built around himself. And by invoking the existence of a hidden recording, he set the stage for a night that would burn into history. The audience in Washington wasn't just listening. They were holding their breath, waiting for the detonation. The cameras did not leave Obama's face, but the real story was already expanding beyond the room. Within seconds, the press corps flooded the internet with urgent updates. "Obama claims existence of secret Trump recording," one headline blared. Another declared, "Shockwave in Washington. Obama challenges Trump with alleged tape." In the White House, aides scrambled. Calls shot across Washington between senators, advisors, and network producers. The Capitol was vibrating with uncertainty. On one side of the divide stood Barack Obama, calm, deliberate, and projecting authority. On the other side loomed Donald Trump, volatile, defiant, and armed with a loyal base that thrived on confrontation. The media amplified the clash instantly. CNN brought in constitutional scholars, Fox News rallied to defend Trump, MSNBC dissected every syllable of Obama's words. Twitter threads expanded into thousands of comments within minutes, some hailing Obama as a hero, others branding him a manipulator. The line was drawn, and the nation prepared for another showdown. In Congress, reactions split sharply. Democratic leaders praised Obama's courage, demanding the full recording be released. Republicans accused him of playing dirty politics, calling it an orchestrated smear. Independents and moderates found themselves torn, curious about the truth but wary of the political fallout. Meanwhile, Trump's inner circle erupted in chaos. His advisors debated how to respond, deny the recording, attack Obama, or distract with a new headline. Trump himself, furious at being blindsided, began preparing his counterattack. "He's lying," he told his team, pacing the room. "They won't believe him if I hit back harder." But outside those walls, the story had already taken on a life of its own. Late-night hosts cracked jokes, celebrities weighed in, and even foreign media outlets broadcast the news as if America had been shaken by an earthquake. The world was watching, and the stakes could not have been higher. This was no longer about a single statement. It was Obama and Trump once again locked in battle, two figures whose rivalry had defined an era. The difference now was that Obama wasn't just challenging Trump's character. He was suggesting evidence, a piece of proof, a recording that could tip the balance of history. Every major institution, Congress, the press, the public, was suddenly a player in the drama. And Washington, always hungry for scandal, was already preparing for the eruption that was coming next. The next morning, the political world woke to chaos. News anchors replayed Obama's words on a loop. There is a recording, his voice, hidden forever, until now. Every broadcast promised the same thing. Proof was coming. By midday, a clip leaked. The audio was grainy but unmistakable. Donald Trump's voice, sharp and confident, filled the airwaves. They'll never know. Keep it off the books. As long as this stays between us, nobody can touch me. The reaction was volcanic. Supporters of Obama erupted in cheers, convinced the tape exposed corruption. Trump loyalists screamed, "Fake," insisting the audio was doctored. But the words spread like wildfire across every platform. Journalists cornered lawmakers on Capitol Hill. One asked a Republican senator, "If this recording is authentic, does it change your support?" The senator stammered, I need to hear the full context. We can't rush to judgment." Democrats wasted no time. Representative Jasmine Crockett stepped up to the microphones. "This isn't a rumor. This is evidence of a man who believed he was untouchable. And for years, we've paid the price for his arrogance." Her words cut through the noise and were replayed across cable networks within minutes. Trump, refusing to stay silent, launched his own counterattack. At a rally hastily arranged that evening, he thundered into the microphone. "This is the biggest lie in American history. Obama is desperate. The Democrats are desperate. And they will stop at nothing to silence you, the American people." The crowd roared, chanting, "USA, USA." His supporters waved flags and shouted that the recording was a hoax. But reporters noticed cracks. Some of Trump's usual allies hesitated to defend him. Behind closed doors, whispers spread. Was this the beginning of a collapse? The media frenzy deepened. CNN played the recording side by side with Trump's denial. MSNBC invited audio experts who confirmed the voice matched Trump's patterns with extremely high confidence. Fox News doubled down, warning of political sabotage. The clash reached a fever pitch when Obama appeared again, this time in an exclusive interview. Asked if he would release the full recording, he said firmly, "The people deserve the truth, and when they hear all of it, there will be no doubt left." Trump fired back on Truth Social. "Total lies. Obama is the most corrupt president in history. This tape is fake news created by the radical left." The post received millions of reactions, but the storm kept raging. At the heart of it all was the recording, 20 seconds of Trump's voice that now carried the weight of 1,000 accusations. Every second of that tape was being dissected, analyzed, and weaponized. For the first time in years, Washington buzzed with the sense that something irreversible had begun. The confrontation reached its boiling point when the full recording was finally released. Networks cleared their schedules. Millions tuned in, bracing for what could decide the future of American politics. The tape was longer than expected. Trump's voice was clear, commanding, and reckless. "They'll cover for me. Money buys silence. If it leaks, we bury it. Nobody will dare to challenge us as long as we keep control." The words landed like thunder. Commentators froze in disbelief. Lawmakers were glued to screens. In living rooms across the nation, jaws dropped. Trump rushed to counter. He stormed onto a stage in Florida, furious and defiant. "It's fake! Total fabrication! They spliced my words together! Obama and his corrupt friends are behind this! Don't let them trick you!" His crowd cheered wildly, but his voice cracked with desperation. Obama chose that exact moment to deliver his decisive blow. In a televised statement, he looked straight into the camera. "This is not about politics. This is about trust. And when a leader admits that silence can be bought, that justice can be buried, that is not leadership, it is betrayal." The line exploded across every platform. It is betrayal. 3 words that echoed louder than any speech Trump gave that night. Hashtags multiplied. Hashtag betrayal. Hashtag trust. Broken. Truth over Trump. Within minutes, lawmakers who had been cautious began to shift. Some Republicans privately admitted the tape was damaging. Democrats pushed for immediate hearings. The political ground trembled. Trump fired back on social media with all-caps fury. "Obama is a fraud. This is a witch hunt. We will win." But the more he shouted, the smaller his words seemed against the weight of the recording and Obama's calm, cutting phrase. Cable news replayed the moment endlessly. Obama's measured delivery, Trump's furious denial, the contrast between composure and chaos. Pundits called it the turning point. One anchor declared, "Tonight, Barack Obama may have redefined the debate in America with a single sentence." For supporters of Trump, it was proof of a conspiracy. For his critics, it was the confirmation they had waited for. And for millions in the middle, it was a moment that pierced through the noise, forcing them to question not just Trump's words, but the system that had allowed them to remain hidden for so long. The climax was not just about the tape, it was about credibility. And in that battle, Obama had struck the sharpest blow yet. In the days that followed, Washington was unrecognizable. Every conversation, every headline, every late-night monologue revolved around the tape and the fallout it unleashed. The clash between Obama and Trump had become more than a rivalry. It was a national reckoning. Protesters filled the streets in major cities, some demanding accountability, others waving Trump flags in defiance. Capitol Hill buzzed with emergency meetings, subpoenas, and speculation about whether criminal investigations would follow. The American people were watching history unfold in real time, their trust in leadership tested more than ever. Obama's words, "It is betrayal," still echoed. For many, they became a rallying cry. Editorials praised his clarity, calling it a moral stand in an era clouded by deception. Even skeptics admitted the contrast between Obama's calm and Trump's rage was impossible to ignore. Trump, meanwhile, doubled down, rallies grew louder, his base angrier, his rhetoric more explosive. "This is a witch hunt! They fear your strength, and that's why they attack me!" he thundered to roaring crowds. But behind the bravado, allies whispered concerns. Poll numbers wavered, donors hesitated, and longtime supporters privately wondered if the damage was irreversible. The country itself seemed split in two, a mirror of the recording's impact. One side saw it as the final proof of corruption, the other as the ultimate hoax. Families argued at dinner tables, co-workers clashed in offices, and social media descended into endless battles of hashtags and accusations. Yet amid the chaos, one fact remained undeniable. A hidden recording had shattered illusions. It forced the nation to confront uncomfortable questions about power, truth, and accountability. The tape was no longer just about Trump. It was about America, what kind of country it wanted to be, and whether honesty could still triumph over spectacle. Obama closed his final statement with a message that resonated across the divide. "This is not about me, and it is not even about him. It is about us. About whether we still believe that truth matters, that integrity matters, that leadership matters." For some, it was a call to action. For others, it was just another battle in an endless war. But for everyone, it marked a moment they would never forget. A night when a secret recording shook the foundations of Washington and reminded America that the fight for truth never ends.